Hello, my friends. Blessings to you on this Good Friday. This is the 39th day of our Lenten reading challenge. We're in John's Gospel, chapter 19, reading his account of Jesus' death. And Jesus is dead. You read through this, John goes to great lengths to make sure we understand that there is no doubt Jesus is dead. He's not pretending. He's not asleep. He didn't faint. He's not in a coma. He's dead. The Roman soldiers knew it, and it's the Roman soldiers' job to make people dead. The breaking of the legs of someone who's crucified is a brutal way of speeding that event along. If their legs are broken, they can no longer push themselves up to take a breath, and so the inevitable death by suffocation happens within a few minutes. They didn't need to do that to Jesus. It was clear he was gone. Even so, it's their job, so they put a spear in his side. No doubt about it. John insists he witnessed this himself and that he's telling the truth. Jesus is dead. Even Pilate's convinced. Joseph and Nicodemus, we're told, two very wealthy and influential people, leaders in the Jewish community, want to make sure that Jesus gets a proper, even though hasty, burial. They had to do it before sundown, so time was pressing, but before they could do it, they had to get Pilate's permission. Why did they need Pilate's permission? Because Pilate wants to make sure those who are crucified are dead. The Romans don't want people taking down their friends from crosses before they're actually dead so they can nurse them back to health. Pilate had to give his permission. And before he gave his permission, I'm sure he verified that Jesus was dead. Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus know that Jesus is dead. And so they give him a burial worthy of a king. 75 pounds of spices. Probably half of Jesus' body weight in spices. And they wrap him in linen and lay him in a brand new tomb, never been used. They know he's dead, and they give him a burial worthy of a king. There are a few details that John doesn't record in his account. So if you have time, go to Matthew 27, Mark 15, or Luke 23, and read about Jesus' death in those Gospels. There are a few other details that are interesting. Not because they're gruesome, but simply because of what happens. The centurion, for instance, in one of the accounts, confesses Jesus to be the Son of God. There are stories of earthquakes. The temple curtain is torn in two. It's a monumental event. And all of those details, all of those accounts, all those things and all those other stories point to the truth, not just that Jesus is dead, but also the truth of those last words that Jesus spoke. The last word, actually, in Greek, it's one word in Greek. It is finished. What looks like a complete, total, and utter humiliating defeat in death is actually the triumph of God's love in redeeming the world. What looks like the end is the end, but not of what people think it is. It's the end of sin. It's the end of death. The guilty go free because the innocent one has died. The king truly surrenders himself on behalf of all of his people. The enemy has exhausted his ammunition on this one man. And now there's nothing left to throw at anybody else. It's finished. Sin is done. Jesus has died, taking with him the punishment that we all deserve. It is finished. There's only one thing left to do. That's tomorrow's reading. We'll see you then.